royal news, and Prince William is beginning day 2 of his royal visit in Estonia this morning, and Russell Myers is there for us. Good morning, Russell. So this is William's first overseas trip this year.
Yeah, it is. Good morning, Christine. I'm at Tapper Camp, the NATO base here in Estonia, just 125 miles from the Russian border, and you can see the artillery vehicles behind me. We've just seen Prince William here meeting the British troops. He's Colonel-in-Chief of the Mercian Regiment. They're taking over from the Dragoon Guards, doing a 6-4 here. And it's pretty pertinent, Prince William's visit, although it's been 6 months in the planning. Of course, the backdrop of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the language being used of whether Russia is going to adhere to a ceasefire, trying to seek a peace deal in Ukraine as well. So lots of British troops here. Excited to see William. He's been meeting the president of Estonia as well, Ukrainian refugees, many of whom have fled to Estonia after the invasion. So all-encompassing, a big trip for William this couple of days.
And Russell, is this a bit of a new William that we're seeing? It's almost like he's evolving again on the world stage.
Yeah, you're totally right. I mean, it's very interesting to see William take this mantle. Of course, he's got a new role the last few years as the Prince of Wales. We've seen him step into this global statesman role. It's just about his royal duties and about how he can represent Britain abroad. And we've seen the King do that, of course, in over his lifetime. And certainly in the last few weeks, he met President Zelensky of Ukraine at Sandringham just a couple of weeks ago. We saw him meeting Justin Trudeau as well. And again, the backdrop of the language being used by US Donald Trump about this potential peace deal with Russia and Ukraine is particularly pertinent. And I think for William, it's definitely something that he will want to do for the future as well.
Okay, Russell, thank you very much indeed. A king in the making. Thank you, Russell. We will catch up soon. Thank you. And staying with royals, this weekend marks 1 year since the Princess of Wales shared her cancer diagnosis in that emotional video. I mean, that just resonated with all of us. Dr Amir is here this morning with us. It had such a big impact, didn't it, Amir? I mean, we were all talking about it. None of us could quite believe it.
Yeah, it had a huge impact. That kind of diagnosis with her will have sparked off huge conversations around screening, early detection, symptoms and treatment of cancer, all of which is a good thing. To recap her story, you know, lots of people were worried early last year when she hadn't been seen since Christmas 2023. And then Kensington Palace announced that she was going to have some planned abdominal surgery. Prince William, of course, carried on with his royal duties. And then around this time, on Mother's Day, that photo came out, that infamous photo now, which had been photoshopped. And I have some quite strong feelings about this, actually. I think people's medical diagnosis and their treatment is not for public consumption. Yeah. And the way the scrutiny around that photo worked, I think her hand was forced a little bit as she was made to talk about a diagnosis earlier than she may have planned. Nevertheless, she said last September that her cancer treatment had come to an end, but her cancer journey hadn't. And she'd done some incredible work with the Royal Marsden around cancer. She'd met with a lady called Liz Hutton, who had a very rare type of cancer, and she got to meet the royal family. Sadly, she has since passed away. But I think in terms of impact, that video in particular, where she talks about her fear around cancer and how difficult it's going to be to talk to her family and her children and how they need private time for that. Lots of people who are going through cancer will relate to that. Yeah. We're so used to seeing royals elegant, poised, not really that relatable, but that did show her human side. And lots of people might argue, well, she's a royal, she gets access to the best treatment. And yes, to a degree, that's true. But the emotions, the mental health aspect of that cancer diagnosis will show us that, you know, beneath that crown, she's still human.
Absolutely. And the fact that the King had been going through it at the same time as well, it was, again, they would suddenly become a normal family as such, you know, and as you say, much more relatable. And it's dealing with the milestones. Here we are talking about that video a year on, and I'm sure she's very aware of these various milestones in the recovery period. That's
right. The recovery is going to be different for everyone. You know, they might recover physically, scars might heal, but mentally it'll have lasting impacts on both her or anyone going through cancer. And every pain, every niggle they get even after they get the all clear from cancer, makes them think about, has the cancer come back? And there's this idea of the new normal after cancer, because cancer will change everyone. It'll change Kate. And this idea that you can't go back to your normal self, but you can move forward in life with resilience, more awareness, and a new perspective in life. There are these anniversaries in cancer treatments, you know, the day you got your diagnosis, the day your treatment finished, the day you were declared cancer-free. And I think with Kate, cancer is a part of her story. It's a really big part of her story, but it's not her whole story. She's still a mum, she's still a working royal, she's still the future queen, and all of that will shape her. But this will definitely change her. But what we've got to remember, and I get this when I talk to my patients who've had treatment with cancer, is that they still want to be treated normally. You know, they still want to talk about your everyday things, hobbies, what you're doing that night, going out for a drink. All of that is really important to them through this. But cancer does change people and those around you as well.
But as you say, there are still many chapters to write, and thankfully she's saying that she's feeling almost 100%, and that's such wonderful, powerful, optimistic news, isn't it?
That's right, and it'll give hope to people either who are going through treatment, who have had a diagnosis, waiting for treatment. You know, she's been through it. She's such a revered figure. You know, people really respect her, and seeing her go through it in such an open and honest way, something we don't see with the royals, will reflect well on her, but also give other people hope.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like you say, it's when there's children involved, it's tough anyway, but definitely when there's children involved, you need that time to explain and for them to catch up with the information that you're telling them.
God.
It's incredibly difficult, but they've certainly navigated their way, it looks like. Thank you very much, Amir. You're staying with us, though.
I'm all over the show today.
I demand that you're here with me every time I'm here, just in case there's a medical emergency. So, yeah. Hi there. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel, where we upload new videos every single day. You can click here if you're interested in this video, or head to the homepage for some more amazing content.